Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 2 of the Movie Fanatics with Luke and Michael.
How you doing, everybody?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yes, rocking in second episode. So, thank you, everybody that made our first episode possible. And thank you to everybody's support as well, so we can keep this thing going. So, Michael, my man, how are you doing today, man?
Doing good. Doing good. Can't complain. No,
All
no
right.
day of work for me.
Well, kind of same for me, but that's another story. Um,
Mhm.
but honestly, work was kind of crazy for me, and now it's snowing. So
It's not snowing over here in New York.
la 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 la. I'm kidding.
How many, how many feet of snow are you getting?
Don't know exactly how much, but it's supposed to stop around here around 9 o'clock my time, so it shouldn't really be that big of a deal.
Mm.
But it's supposed to snow again Thursday, so we're not looking forward to that.
I hate the snow. I hate the winter, period.
Well, good thing you live out in Staten Island.
Yeah.
Doesn't fucking snow there, damn it.
Oh, we do get snow here, but not, all the time.
Not like a snowstorm.
We have gotten snowstorms here, but the last
Not
snowstorm we
often.
got was like I think like two or 3 years ago, maybe.
Lucky bastard. I wish I need to move to a different state. Somewhere where there's not natural disasters.
Mm.
Can somebody help me? But we already got a couple of comments, so let's go ahead and jump those in. We got Noah in the chat. What's going on, my man?
Noah,
Good to
we
see
got to
you.
get him on the show here.
So I'm hoping probably like the first episode of next year we'll have him on.
All right, that's good.
And
Hopefully
then
you're free,
Ethan
Noah.
said, "Yep, good to see you, Noah." And Ethan says favorite character on Cobra Kai.
I haven't watched Cobra Kai.
Probably gotta say Johnny. Honestly, probably Johnny.
I gotta watch it though
Banger show, man.
because of how good I heard it is.
It's a banger show.
Oh, we could also like when we get into it, we could also talk about the new Karate Kid trailer that was released this morning.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Look at this.
All right, Noah. The link is coming your way.
All right, we got Noah in.
The link is coming your way.
Our special guest coming in who like inspired us to do this show.
Yes, so I think we finally got it. So, but yeah, so yeah, here. Let me go ahead and add a banner in here really quick. While I'm at it. So, I'm holding up production for the show.
Yeah.
Apparently so. We didn't think things through ahead of time, and plus I had a long freaking day. Doesn't help anything. So
It's live, folks.
It's all live. But anyways,
watching it back and it's pre-recorded.
This is always live.
I know.
It's always live. So sorry to hold up production, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into our first topic of the show, which is the weekend box office. So Noah, if you would like to pull up Box Office Mojo, so we can check out the box office from over the weekend.
No, Mike. You mean Mike? Let me know.
It said Michael.
Oh, I thought it said Noah at first.
All right, let me fix that. There we go.
All right. So this is
all right. Let's take a look. So
box office for this weekend.
So of course, the number one is Moana 2. Doesn't surprise me.
Doesn't surprise me.
Kicking in at $26 million.
Big hit.
It's still doing well.
Still doing good.
But, I guess we'll see what overtakes for this weekend, since we have Sonic 3 and
Yeah,
Mufasa coming up. I
it's going
think
to be a battle.
not Mufasa. I think Sonic is probably going to take the cake.
Yeah, Sonic is definitely going to be number one this
Yeah,
weekend.
Mufasa, nah.
Yeah.
Sonic's going to take the cake.
Which I'm seeing the film this Friday. I'm seeing Sonic 3 this Friday.
I am planning to go Thursday, but hopefully the snow isn't like distracting to a point where it's like I can't go.
Mm.
So, but anyways, yeah, Moana 2 is still at number 1. At number 2, we have Wicked at $22 million. It's still kicking into the box office. No
It will
secret
reach
why my
that.
theater is still holding it.
Yeah, it will reach that billion mark.
I don't think it will because of where it's at, because of currently like where it's at. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, I don't think it will, but we'll see what happens. Number 3, Kraven the Hunter with a disastrous opening of $11 million.
It opened lower than Madam Web and Morbius.
You could tell people do not want to see these movies. You can tell. So, anyways, we're gonna talk about Kraven later. So,
yeah, and that sucks. And I'll tell you why later when I get into the review.
at number 4, we have Gladiator 2 still kicking in with $7 million. At number 5, we have Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim clocking
Nobody
in at a
cares.
disastrous opening, also at $4 million.
That's how you can tell nobody cares.
People were still giving their money to Moana 2 and Wicked, which doesn't surprise me, but I'd rather give those two my money than either War of the Rohirrim or Kraven the Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
But 6, Red One, I'm still shocked that it's still playing in some theaters because it's now on Amazon Prime.
I'm
So,
like, should the film be taken out of theaters already if it's on Amazon Prime?
yeah, it's a little weird.
Just take it off. Just take it out of theaters. It bombed. Just get out
It's
of there.
over.
It's over.
Yeah, okay. So then we got that Bollywood film clocking in at 2 million. Was it 3 or 2?
3 million.
Huh, not bad. And then Interstellar clocking in at about $2 million, or is it $1 million?
No, $3 million.
$3 million for its for $3 million for its last weekend because of its 10th anniversary release.
Still a fantastic film.
It's still great. I will not lie about that. And then
Yeah, Interstellar 5555, the story of the secret star system. Don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is either.
$2 million.
Then at number 10, we have the best Christmas pageant ever, still kicking in with $1 million. And again, the film was released last month, so just keep that in mind. White Christmas had a little weekend and back in theaters, so that's awesome. It clocked in at $1 million.
Shockingly, I never seen White Christmas. I heard it's a classic.
It's a classic, dude. You definitely should watch it. Queer opened disastrously.
Y2K
$780,000.
Y2K still doing disastrous.
Yep, The Order's not doing very well. Flow's not doing great. Werewolves. Venom is, I don't know how it's still in some select theaters, but it's kind of crazy.
Still kicking.
Still kicking. Honora is still kicking. A Real Pain. Conclave. Heretic. Got the one still kicking in, but I don't know. I think they're just playing in select. I think they're just still playing in select theaters like around the world.
Yeah. While Robot's still kicking.
Yep, still kicking in.
Even though it's out on Blu-ray and 4K.
Some theaters are still carrying it, which I'm glad some theaters might still be carrying it, and I'm glad they are because the film is fucking phenomenal.
Which I still have to watch it.
And you are committing a crime against me.
And it sucks that I didn't get to see it in theaters.
They pulled it from your draft house too fast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that might just go ahead and do it for box office here because we pretty much covered what we needed to.
Yeah. But
But yeah,
looks like
so
this
but the two
weekend,
main films that opened over the weekend, Craven and Lord of the Rings: War of the Rohirrim, did terribly. So Sonic 3 and Mufasa are the ones that are going to keep this month up as far as box office goes because those are the ones that are going to be opening pretty big this week. Mainly Sonic, but
Sonic's going to kick Moana 2 out of that number one by far.
no question about it. And people that have been thinking that Mufasa is going to gross more than Sonic, I'm just going to say you can eat your words.
Now that I think
Um,
of it, I think that Mufasa is going to be the number 4 this weekend.
maybe number 3 probably if I had to guess.
Well, you got Moana 2, and then you got Wicked still. Both films still doing good.
Yeah, but like I said though, those are the two biggest films this weekend. So like Mufasa and Sonic are the biggest films this weekend. So that's the reason why I'm saying maybe Mufasa might come in at number 3. Who knows? But Sonic, I think, is going to be the overtaker.
Yeah. Now I heard like a rumor saying that Sonic 4 is already going to be developed.
It's already been greenlit, so
Hmm.
like I think apparently so. Yeah, I think it's already been greenlit because they already have a letterbox page for it.
Wow.
So if they do that, it's already greenlit. So, but anyways, also Judd, what's up? Good to see you.
Okay.
And I hit the wrong button. Making mistakes. All right, let's get into our spoiler-free thoughts about Craven the Hunter because Michael, my good buddy here, of course, decided to make this a topic since because we have very differing opinions on it.
And when I watched Luke's review, I was disappointed.
No, you weren't. You
Yeah, I
weren't.
was. After I watched the film,
You would have been not surprised like everybody else, dude.
after I watched the film and I went to your channel, I saw your review up. I was like, no, there is no way he could not like this film.
I fucking hated this movie. I fucking hated it. So I guess I'll start first.
First.
I already posted my full review on it. This one was terrible. The acting mostly across the board. I think Aaron Taylor Johnson and Ariana DeBose were trying their best. Russell Crowe was just there for the paycheck. He just looked like he was sleepwalking throughout most of the movie. The film does not know what to focus on as far as a villain goes. It's either Russell Crowe, the Rhino, or some other weird character that we know nothing about. And this one dude that can teleport and then make his victims die after the count of 3 is stupid. I don't know why they had that plot point in the movie. It made no sense. There's constant tonal shifts, and you don't know what tone to focus on. This movie is very unfocused. The action sequences are not that impressive. Aside from the one that occurs in the first 5 minutes, I actually thought was pretty cool. Aside from some really shitty CGI, but again, the first 5 minute action sequence, kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but oh my god, dude, the direction, the camera work and the editing were dog shit. Dog shit. And the and also don't even get me started on this dialogue. This dialogue is cringe inducing. Like I could not help but cringe most of the time I was watching this movie. It was such bad dialogue. Um I I don't know what else to even freaking say about this one because otherwise my head's gonna explode if I keep talking about it. But for the most part, after the first 5 minutes, I pretty much hated every second of this movie. Like, and don't even get me started on this fucking ADR. The ADR in this film is so noticeable. When people start talking, and it's not when people talk, and what you actually hear on screen does not match their lips. There's even a point in this movie where they CGI'd a person's lips to match what the ADR is.
I did not spot that when I saw it.
It happened. That's what happened. You guys thought the ADR in Madam Web was bad? Look no further than this. And yes, Michael, I don't care what you tell me. This is worse than Madam Web. I'm sorry. I can watch Madam Web and I can laugh at it all I want. This film is a fucking chore to sit through. I was so freaking bored, I could not wait to leave the theater. So, I'll give my grade after he get. I'll give our grade after we finish up with all this. So, Michael, go ahead and take it away.
Well, I agree with some of Luke's opinions. Yes, I do agree with him of the camera angles being terrible. There were a few times where, the camera would move and the angles would feel very funny.
Like not just not just with the camera moving, it even at times when it's just moving, it would just cut to another thing. Like it would just be like cut, 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 cut. And I'm like, what is this?
But the film as a whole, for me, I thought it was a decent film. It was not great or perfect by any means, but I thought this was way, way better than Madam Web, in my opinion. I liked, I thought Aaron Taylor Johnson did decent in the role, but this role of his is not as good as his Quicksilver, which I enjoyed his role as Quicksilver, more than this. Not to say that he was bad in the film, that he was bad in this film. I really do like the uh, overall uh, like origin story of how he became Craven, where Russell Crowe plays his father, and he also has a half brother by the name of Dimitri. And Russell Crowe's character, is this crime lord, and he's into like this. He's into like drug trafficking operations, and Aaron Taylor Johnson as Sergey. He doesn't really like that. He wants to get away from his father and escape all that stuff that he's doing. And so he takes Russell Crowe's character ends up taking Aaron Taylor Johnson's character of Sergey and his brother Dmitri to Africa to hunt. And
Let's not get too deep into spoilers here, because it's only been out for a week.
yeah,
Because also somebody else is here that has not seen it.
all right, so he's here. What's up, Noah?
What's up,
Sorry
everybody?
to
Noah,
keep
kids
you
are back
backstage
here
there
for
for a
another.
little.
What?
I was about to say, sorry for keeping you backstage there a little bit too long, but I was just doing that just so that way you didn't get spoiled.
Fine.
But again, but I think we'll just go. I think we just had to make this one quick though, just non-spoiler thoughts about the film. So as far as grades go, I'm giving Kraven the Hunter an F. Fuck this movie. It'll be on my worst of the year list. Fuck it. It's terrible.
I'm giving it a B.
Fair enough.
Like I said,
I
I
mean,
thought it was way, way better than Madam Web. And even though I like Morbius, it's a guilty pleasure for me. This was better than Morbius. This had I gotta admit the action scenes were good. And I thought there was a whole lot of blood in the film to signify it as a rated R movie. So, that's what I think of Kraven the Hunter.
I'll I'll just say that The Crow had bloodier action sequences than this. There's a
Now,
lot more blood.
now I got a question for Luke right here. Would you watch Morbius over this film?
No. Morbius is more of a chore for me to sit through. Like last time I tried watching it, I couldn't get more than
Now,
halfway through it.
now was this a chore to sit through?
Yes, but Morbius was more of a chore to sit through. It felt like I could get all my chores done within 2 hours and feel like I'm in less pain.
Mhm.
But yeah, I hate Craven the Hunter. This will absolutely be on my worst list. After I walked out of this film, I was like, can this Friday just get here faster?
Now, out of the Sony Cinematic Universe, where would you rank this on that list? You know, with Morbius and Madam Web, the Venom films.
The Venom films are no secret are in the top three of the list. That's no secret. Like I all three of those are good.
What would be number 4?
Madam Web. Then this one would be at number 5, and still at number 6 is Morbius.
My rankings would be the Venom films at top 3.
But how would you rank them though?
I'll go with Venom, The Last Dance, number 1. The first Venom, number 2. Let There Be Carnage, number 3.
You see, I would actually for me, I would swap. Like besides The Last Dance, it's still number 1. As far as like the other two, I would actually swap them. I like Let There Be Carnage a little bit more than the first Venom. Just because I think it's actually much more of shut your brain off entertainment.
The thing why I rank it that low is because the film needed more carnage.
Not just that, it needed to be longer to involve carnage more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my number 4 would be Craven the Hunter. 5, Morbius. 6, Madam Web.
Noah, out of the 5 that you've seen, how would you rank them?
I would go with Venom 1 at number 1. I saw that a couple times in theaters. I thought it gave the best intro to any of these specific ones. But then I would probably go with The Last Dance, Let There Be Carnage, Madam Web, and then Morbius.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, so for any of you guys that have seen Craven the Hunter, let us know what you thought of it down in the comments below before we get into our next topic. But first, want to shout out my man Caveman and thank you for stopping in. And yes, please everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, also subscribe to these dudes as well. And also view what Drew's in the chat. What's going on?
What's up, Drew?
What's up?
Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into our next topic because we just got a trailer drop today. Karate Kid Legends has dropped its first official trailer earlier today. Now, I love Karate Kid. The first one is absolutely one of my favorites of all time. I like the 2 sequels that involve Daniel, to be clear. The ones that involve Daniel.
Yeah, forget the Hillary Swank one.
Fuck that piece of shit. But the ones with Daniel are still pretty solid. I mean, I enjoy 3 for the introduction of Terry Silver. Mm-hmm. The next Karate Kid, like I said, that one can suck it. And the remake I kind of enjoy, but it's not the original by any means. But Jackie Chan makes that film at least somewhat watchable. I'll tell you that. As far as this trailer goes, I'm not sure what to pick up from it, but it looks really good. I'm really excited to see Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio on screen together. I'm not sure what the story's going to be, but again, what excites me is I get to see those two on screen together in 2 different generations of the Karate Kid. So Sorry. So yeah, it comes out in May. Can't wait to see it. Since Noah's the guest, you can go next. If you did you watch the trailer?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
watched that first thing this morning.
Okay,
So
there you go.
I'm gonna say this, right. The job of the first trailer is to get you excited, and that's what it did for me. The job of the second trailer for any trailer is to give you more of what the movie is actually about. So once we get the second trailer, I think probably about January, late February, maybe the 1st of March, we'll find out what's really going on. What I think is actually going to happen is Ralph is going to take over in training this new kid. And Jackie Chan is just going to be there. I don't think they're going to have anything to do with the 2010 film. With the 2010 film, I remember when that film came out, it was a massive deal. And I saw that film right before I saw any of the other ones. And I love the first Karate Kid. The second one's good. I really enjoy that third film, though. That third film gave us so much leading into Cobra Kai.
Yes.
And it leads right into it perfectly. I have not watched any of season 6 yet. I'm waiting until the last part drops to just binge all of it. But this trailer did its job for me. I think the dialogue looks a little bit shaky, but it's the first trailer. It's not an entire scene. It's just little clips here and there. So we can't really say too much about the dialogue yet. But I think the chemistry with Ralph and Jackie looks phenomenal. As soon as they're on screen together, there's instant chemistry. But I think this is going to be a good film. The first trailer did its job for me. I want to see what the second trailer does later next year. Michael, what did you think?
I saw the trailer this morning, like you did, and I thought it wasn't bad. I thought it was actually pretty good. I love the original Karate Kid. The sequels I have not seen. I heard part 2 is great. Part 3 I heard things about. Fourth one I heard is horrible. The remake I heard was terrible, but it's gotten mixed reviews from fans. And I have not watched Cobra Kai, which I heard is great. It's phenomenal.
It's worth the binge, dude. It's worth a binge.
It's really worth the binge. The only issue that I had with it is our two main leads are still feuding after all these years. Up to what?
I think it's because they still have a complex history together from back from the 40 years ago.
Yeah, and they never got anything truly solved. He beat him, but they never were friends ever were real friends.
I think it's honestly after this final season that everything will be resolved for them.
Yep.
Because
that's the only issue.
Season 6 is the final season, so they've confirmed that
this film has nothing to do with that series at all. Not one.
It only has to do with just the first 3 movies.
Yep, just the first 3. So if anybody didn't know that, there's that, because I've seen a lot of people going, well, where's the Cobra Kai kids? I'm like, you do know it has nothing to do with the Cobra Kai show.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, really. Exactly. So
it's a legacy sequel tying the two, well, the first 3 and the remake together.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Tying those 4 movies together. So, where. Of course, Ralph Macchio was the Karate Kid, and of course, Jackie Chan is your sensei.
Yep,
I think Jackie Chan in this film is going to be like the protector of the new kid, of Ben Wang. I think Jackie Chan is going to be the protector, and Ralph Macchio is going to teach Ben Wang all the moves that he learned from Miyagi. And Jackie Chan in the trailers, Ralph Macchio even stated to him, I was like, "Oh, did you know Miyagi?"
Yeah, he did.
He did state that. So, but again, once we get that second trailer, I think we'll find out. I think we're gonna find out when we talk. I think we're gonna find out what some of the answers, but they're not. They should not give away all the answers in the trailer. Because if they give it all away, then who really is going to care at this point?
Exactly.
So,
and the reason why they moved it to May is to avoid the conflict of the final season of Cobra Kai.
Yep.
Exactly. Because isn't it dropping in January, if I'm not mistaken? Like the final part of it?
I'm not sure.
I thought they said it was supposed to be January.
I think it's the third week of January. Let me check here.
It might be because I've only watched the first part of season 6, and I'm loving where they're going. I just did not like the way that they ended things with the first part.
It's dropping in February.
Okay.
The third one.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wait until then. But like I said, I'm loving where they're going so far. I just didn't like the way that they ended things with the first part. Because I really just don't. I don't know I just really don't know where they're gonna go. Like that ending left me conflicted. So, but again, I'm not gonna spoil it because obviously these two have not seen it. But I'm just saying, I really did not like how they ended things with that. But again, once we get to part 3, I'll do a full binge and I'll finish the rest. So,
yep.
But if you guys had seen the trailer to Karate Kid Legends, let us know down in the comments below what you think, and also how are you guys feeling about Cobra Kai so far? Let us know that as well down in the comments and rank the seasons. Got a couple of comments from Drew. For me, Kraven the Hunter was mindless popcorn fun, but there were major issues. The CGI was bad, especially with that final fight with the Rhino. Speaking of the Rhino, I think Kraven's was worse because he's just a flat out cartoon, and the CGI on him looks horrendous.
The representation in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I don't think that's quite fair though, because we literally saw him for just a minimal amount of time, just like a tease into 3.
Well,
I thought that meant it was way more, was even funnier than what we got in Kraven.
Okay,
I gotta say the guy that portrayed Rhino and Kraven and the look, I thought it was okay. It wasn't mind blowing though, but I gotta say the Rhino and Kraven looks better than what we got in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Rhino looked like a transformer. And at least the guy
but to be fair though, Rhino's looking Kraven was more CGI heavy.
Yeah, and at least the guy who played Rhino and Kraven, he wasn't like over the top like Paul Giamatti was, where Paul Giamatti was going, "I am the Rhino."
I preferred that kind of over the top Rhino.
I mean, no disrespect to Paul Giamatti, he's a great actor though, but every time in the scenes that he appeared in Amazing Spider-Man 2, when I saw it, I was just laughing by how over the top he was and how goofy it was.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and move into our next topic of the night, which
I gotta say, the guy who played Rhino and Kraven, did you know that he was the guy who played Sam Neill's assistant in Jurassic Park 3?
I honestly don't want to talk about Jurassic Park 3. That movie fucking sucks.
Yeah. When I watched it, I was like, oh yeah, this is the guy from Jurassic Park 3. Hey.
I don't want to talk about Jurassic Park 3 though. That movie fucking sucks. All right, let's go into worst movies of the year here really quick, because Michael showed me something last week. This website that apparently has the top 15?
The top 15 worst movies of the year, according to Metacritic so far.
To Metacritic. So we're going to go to Metacritic and see the worst movies of the year.
This is on GameSpot. GameSpot.com.
Okay, so
Here we go.
and we're gonna talk about if we agree with where they're placed or not. So,
Okay.
and also let us know down in the comments below if you guys agree with any of them. So let's pull this up.
Mhm.
All right, top 15 worst movies of 2024 according to Metacritic. Number
Yeah,
15
15.
is. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm gonna fix this one actually here really quick
Okay.
so that you guys can see.
There you go.
Okay, let's go with that. So number 15 is My Spy: The Eternal City.
Never seen it.
I cannot comment on it because I have not seen it. I didn't really care for the first My Spy that much. I thought it was fine, but and I honestly even know why that. I don't even know why My Spy even got a sequel.
I am the only one in out of the three who has seen this movie, right?
Yeah, because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't even seen the first.
The first one is cute. This one really goes into the realm of him protecting her, her accepting that he's actually a dad now, and at the end of the film, she calls him that finally, and it's basically the same movie over again, except with some fun chases, bad dialogue, and Dave Bautista is trying his ass off here, but it's not a bad sit. It's only about 90 minutes. It's not into my worst. It's about a 3-star out of 5 from me for this
Now,
particular
this was
film.
a streaming movie, right? This was on stream.
Yes,
It didn't go to theaters.
no.
It went strictly to Amazon Prime.
Yep. The first film was supposed to go to theaters, and then COVID happened. And then Prime went, well, this did so well, we're going to do a sequel. They're not going to do a third one because this one didn't do crap. Barely anybody even watched this thing, and I saw hardly any reviews for it. But I don't think it's that bad. I think it's decent at best. Not a great film, not particularly good, but just fun.
If you guys want to see a better Dave Bautista led action movie from this year, go watch The Killer's Game. It's a lot more gory and violent, and a lot more fun.
I still have yet to see it.
And I want to shout out one that nobody talks about, which you should. It's called Final Score. It's Dave Bautista and Pierce Brosnan. They are in a soccer stadium, and a bomb is about to go off, and he has to save 35,000 people in this one stadium. It's so much fun.
Sounds
Check
interesting.
it out.
All right, let's get to the next one here. Tarot. Oh boy. Me. Michael has not seen this.
I have not seen it.
But me and Noah unfortunately have. I'm going to cut right to the chase of this one. This one is absolutely on my worst films of the year list.
Yeah.
It sucks. The characters are terrible. The writing's terrible. The jump scares are predictable. And there are barely any good kills. Anytime there's a kill, it's either cutaway or cuts to a person's reaction.
Like they're going like.
No, there's one girl that's getting cut in half by a saw, and like from a magician, and she's going like.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Or they're about to be killed, and the camera just moves and cuts away, and you hear them scream. That's basically
it. Or even like there's this like spoiler warning.
Why won't you show it?
Spoiler fucking alert! Who cares? This movie's been out for 7 months, and nobody wants to talk about it anymore. But actually, I'll wait until Michael gets back. He needs to hear this because I think. No, I'm waiting for you.
All right.
Okay. So what happens is there's a jump scare like because this girl goes up into the attic and it's filled with a bunch of candles.
Mm-hmm.
Jump scare happens. Go figure. She falls off, and then somehow the attic ladder goes up by itself. Not kidding you. Goes up by itself, and then boom, boom, boom. Always cuts.
What?
Yep.
You don't see her getting her face smashed by a freaking attic ladder.
And the worst editing of the year, mind you. that editing and the color correction in that is so horrific. Even if they would have shown it, you barely would have seen it.
Because
barely
of
seen
dark lighting.
Just by you describing this is getting me pissed off. I haven't even seen the film.
And also, you can barely see shit because of dark lighting.
Oh, it's another AVP Requiem, right?
Barely even. And
barely
plus,
more lit.
yeah, but I honestly think, and Noah can probably agree with me on this, the only person who I thought was even trying in this film was Jacob Batalon.
Yep.
Yeah, Ned from the newest Spider-Man movies.
And he's barely in it.
Oh, God.
He's barely in the film.
He's the only one that's even trying.
He's in it for 20, 25 minutes of the entire runtime. And he's a side character.
That's a paycheck for him.
Yeah.
I felt so bad for Batalon, dude. I really felt bad for him.
Yeah,
so, fuck. So basically,
you
conclude with Taro. Go ahead. Sorry.
I gotta say, if you want to watch Batalon in a good role outside of the Spider-Man films, watch Reginald the Vampire. That show. Very good.
There you go. There you go.
Underrated.
I haven't seen it, but I've not seen it, but there you go.
Which sci-fi shouldn't have canceled it.
Fuck that. All right, but in conclusion, as far as grading goes, I'm gonna give Taro an F. It sucks. Noah?
Yep.
Look at this.
F. It is my third worst of the entire year.
It's only
saying something.
This should say something. It's only a spot below Craven on my list.
Look, it says why critics panned it. It's a forgettable movie with a lot of horror cliches.
Yeah.
Explains it. Anyways, let's go over to the next one, number 13.
Now the next one, me and Luke disagree on because
entirely, which is Argyle. The movie that everybody loves to shit on, apparently, because it's too stupid. Do you guys not know Matthew Vaughn? Do you guys not know Matthew Vaughn at this point?
We know Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah. If you know Matthew Vaughn, then you should know how he makes his movies.
Yeah,
they're dumb, mindless popcorn fun.
Yeah, watch the Kingsman films.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one. Second one is disappointing when you watch the first movie because I loved the hell out of the first film, the first Kingsman.
I like the Golden Circle, but it got way too stupid for its own good.
And Julianne Moore is a terrible villain in that film.
Pedro Pascal's whiskey was more of an investing villain reveal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I bought Samuel L. Jackson as the villain in the first film than Julianne Moore.
Because at least Samuel L. Jackson was a lot more entertaining.
Yeah.
But as far as Argyle goes, this movie has really over-the-top action that will make no sense. But goddamn is it fun.
And it's got a good cast.
Henry Cavill, you got Samuel L. Jackson, you got John Cena, Dua Lipa, Ariana DeBose, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bryan Cranston, Catherine O'Hara, and my man Sam Rockwell stealing the show.
I have not seen this film.
It's such a fun film, even though the runtime could have been a little trimmed.
It could have been cut down. And Michael, did you stay for the post-credit scene?
Yes, I did.
Can you agree with me that post-credit scene makes no sense?
I agree.
It makes no sense. Not going to spoil it for any of you that have not seen it, but the post-credit scene in Argyle makes no sense.
I might watch this on Thursday since you guys liked it. We seem to agree on movies, so I'll probably enjoy that. But
just to full warn you there, Noah, it's really over the top and dumb. But
Michael knows.
I only say that just so you know what to expect when you walk into it.
Michael knows I'm biased. I am one biased son of a bitch. Because the only reason I'm watching it is for Cena.
Of course,
that's literally the only reason I'm watching it is for my boy. The only reason.
My boy.
There you go.
I mean,
and
I'm an apologist for playing with fire. Damn it! So kiss my ass. If you don't like it, kiss my ass.
And
Anyways,
the
in
film is
conclusion, for Argyle, as far as I would give it, I'd give it a B plus. Honestly, despite it being too
I give it
long,
a B.
and
I give it a B plus too.
despite it being too long,
It's 2 hours
some
and
weird,
19 minutes. It should have been cut.
yeah, despite it being too long, some weird plot choices and the post credit scene making no sense. The film's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a blast. So yeah, we're gonna
If
move
you,
on from that.
yeah, if you like Matthew Vaughn, definitely check out this film.
Just know what to expect and please give it a chance. Do not be on the hate train that everybody else is. Please give it a chance.
Yes. The only thing, like we said, is the runtime. It's 2 hours and 19 minutes. It should have been cut down to like an hour 45, an hour 40.
Yeah.
Like around
Anyways,
there.
let's continue.
And at number 12, we got Rebel Moon Part 2, The Starship.
Ugh. This is the, and to clarify with people, this is the theatrical cut of Rebel Moon Part 2.
Wait, Zack Snyder did this?
There is director's cuts for both parts.
Mm-hmm.
That should explain to you how bad this one is.
And they're an hour longer to this already 2.5 hour movie.
Not just 2.5 hour movie, 2.5 hour slog fest.
And I skipped these. And I normally watch everything. I skipped these after all the hate they got. I went, I can't. And once I heard director's cuts were coming out, I'm like, I just can't anymore.
I never seen any of them.
I did not watch the director's cuts because honestly of how bad the first two were. Honestly, I thought I was hoping this one would be better. Despite how disappointed I was with part one, I was hoping that this film would I wasn't particularly excited for it. All I did was hope that this would actually be better. But my God, it is the same fucking movie. All over again. It's the same movie.
And it says right here, it's a science fiction film that is somehow incredibly boring, filled with grandiose and slow motion sequences.
Way too much slow-mo.
That's Zack Snyder now for you, man.
No, it's because because people fucking meddle with it.
Yeah.
And I enjoy some of Zack Snyder's films. I enjoy Sucker Punch. I'm like the only one that probably enjoys Sucker Punch.
I'd say it's kind of a guilty pleasure, to be honest with you. It's stupid as hell, but it's kind of fun.
Well, I only saw the theatrical cut. I did not see the director's cut, but I do have the extended cut on Blu-ray.
Yeah, but
I have not seen. I like Watchmen, which I think that's his best film.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily, no question about it. I love Watchmen.
I love Man of Steel.
Army of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. Love Dawn of the Dead.
Never seen it.
And Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. That's right. Army of the Dead is pretty fun too. But Dawn of the Dead, that's much better.
Like I said, I love Man of Steel. I think it's a good Superman film. Yes, it does have problems, but still, it's one of my favorite Superman films.
And one of the only times without Henry Cavill.
Batman v Superman is a guilty pleasure for me.
Case in point, just watch the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, Justice League.
The only version of the film you should watch is the Ultimate Edition. Okay, anyways, sorry.
Yeah, Justice League I barely remember the film.
I think it's only because you watched because you only just watched Justice League.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Justice League, despite the fact that it's even longer, it's much better. I promise you that. It's much better.
And I do want to check out Legend of the Guardians, which I have on Blu-ray.
It's definitely not for the kiddos, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, in conclusion, since I'm the only one out of these three that have seen Rebel Moon Part 2, I'll give it a D+. Honestly, there is some cool sequences, and I think it's shot pretty well at parts, and there is some good performances, but it's basically the first movie all over again. Let's move on.
Number 11, we got Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Fuck this movie.
I'm
Which-
taking this one first.
Which thank you
All right.
guys for not making me watch this film, because I was looking forward to this film. I was going to go see it in the theater, and they were like, "No, it's awful."
Michael,
It's
I'll
awful.
just say you did yourself a favor and you saw Trap. Much
I
better
saw
movie
Trap
than
over-
this.
I saw Trap over Harold and the Purple Crayon, and
I
Trap.
don't care what you guys say. Trap is much better than Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yeah,
Believe
It-
me, Trap is
well,
much better.
I can't say that because I haven't seen the film, but Trap was an okay film. It was enjoyable.
This
But-
movie. Oh boy. Okay. Out of our group chat, I was the only one excited for this movie as much as anybody was. Because
I thought it
it's
looked
films.
okay.
Yeah. For me, the issue was when it gets delayed for a solid year and a half and the movie's finished. It was fully finished, no editing had to be done. It was shot, it was done. They kept on pushing it. It was originally supposed to come out in 2022.
Oh,
Wow, it's
yeah.
supposed to be
That
it was
explains
that long
everything.
ago?
So they kept on pushing this. They slammed it in a no zone release date.
August 2nd.
No zone, because you had Trap, and then that was it. That was
Out of
literally
all
it.
the theatrical movies that you had that weekend, besides this one, you had Trap.
Yep. And they knew M. Night Shyamalan has his crowd. This movie didn't even do 30 million worldwide. 30 million worldwide.
I think Trap made 70 million worldwide.
It did.
It did.
Which good for that. The movie actually deserves the money.
This movie's not funny. It is poorly written. I don't know who even knows about the book anymore, because when I was a kid, that book was ancient. It was ancient. I'm sorry. Nobody now knows Harold and the Purple Ass Shove It Up Your Ass Crayon. Nobody knows that book. No one cares about the book. It's not in a library. It's not in a library nowhere. It's awful. It's unfunny. When Zachary Levi can't even give a decent performance, that's saying something. When he can't give anything more than what the script is giving him, that shows you how much he cared about this movie.
He only took it for a paycheck.
Yep. And Little Rel Howery, oh my God, he was annoying as hell.
I actually like Lil Rel Howery.
Oh yeah,
I love his shtick of comedy, and I will admit, there was a couple times where he actually made me chuckle.
He was the only bright spot, and the CGI at times was not awful. Most of the time,
A couple of the times the CGI was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but for the most part,
yeah.
But for the most part, though,
yeah.
For you guys, I actually did meet Lil Rel Howery. Awesome dude.
Lucky.
Yeah, he signed my my Blu-ray of Get Out, which I still have.
There you go.
So, but yeah.
But
the film. Get this: the film had a budget of 40 million, and it only made 32 million. Yep. Big bomb there.
Couldn't even make its budget back, and probably for good reason.
And no marketing.
To conclude so for me to know what to conclude our thoughts on Harold and the Purple Crayon, I'm going to give this. I think I'll give it a D-.
F.
Because, like I said, Lil Rel is trying his best. I mean, he's at least trying to have some fun.
Okay.
And like you said, Noah, there is some cool effects.
Mm-hmm. Just for me, the dialogue is so bad, and our lead doesn't even try at all.
He's not even charming.
No, the only thing that was charming about it was the very beginning, where
that was literally where it was actually becoming like a replication of the book.
Yeah, and that was charming.
You know, I gotta say, I think that probably Zachary Levi knew that the film was going to be bad, and like you said, like he wasn't, trying his hardest. He's like, "Oh, let me get this over. Let me get my paycheck," and just.
I think he was just waiting. He was just waiting for them to yell "cut" and just. So he just smile for the camera. Smile for the camera.
But yeah, he's smiling for the camera, but deep down inside, he's like, "Oh,
kill me now, and give me my Shazam money." Oh wait,
Yeah. Don't speak too soon. Anyways, let's just continue on. So Harold the Purple Crayon sucks. D minus.
Can I just say that when I scrolled down, I thought Lil Rel Howery was Kevin Hart there.
Yeah.
At first, I was
don't
like, wait a
know.
minute, Kevin Hart was in this film?
I don't know if that's racist or not, but okay.
No, it's not racist.
I'm just
Number
saying.
10, Luke's favorite film,
Oh
Imaginary.
boy, Imaginary.
Ooh.
It's Luke's favorite film of the year.
I hate you so much,
Ooh.
by the way. Noah, can I take this away, please?
Take it away.
So I'm the only one in the group of this of the three people here that actually saw this in theaters. This came out the same weekend as Kung Fu Panda 4. I saw that the night beforehand. Which I honestly, as I was sitting through this movie, I was wishing I was watching that again instead. Because this film is one of the worst and most boring horror films I've ever sat through. Like, if you see that little look of Chauncey in that little image there, that's his final reveal at the close to the end of the movie. They try to make it look so creepy, like so freaky, like the freaking creature from the Babadook.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it look cheap?
It's CGI for most of it.
That's cheap looking CGI there.
When you easily could have had a practical suit that would have cost less and lowered your budget.
But no, they CGI'd it. I will say, the only slightly cool thing, and it's not gonna, and it does not save this film whatsoever.
No.
The house idea, like the imaginary house idea at the end of the film, was kind of cool. Like, I could see that being used at like Universal Horror Nights. And that's it. I mean, and I'll say, DeWanda Wise and I think her name is Piper Braun, the little girl that played as Alice.
Yep.
Were not phoning it in. They were trying. Like, they were trying their best. Everyone else looked like they were just there for the paychecks. Mm-hmm. And Noah, can you attest to this? The twist in this movie makes no sense.
No sense. It comes out of nowhere. It's so poorly written, too. That twist is so poorly written into the film. This one did not need a twist. It made the film longer and made you even hate the movie more. That's all that twist did.
And also that, the twist will make you dumber.
Yeah, it will.
Like, and even when I was watching it, and when the twist came on, I was thinking in my head, wait a second, then how did this happen?
This movie will make you lose IQ points. And
not just IQ points, your brain cells will die.
I watched this film on a day off, and I felt slightly dumber immediately after. Slightly dumber.
I'll tell you this before we wrap up with this one, and we'll get on to the next one because I don't want to talk about this movie very long.
Now I gotta say something.
Make it quick.
I caught my dad watching this film. I told Luke this, and I was like, "What movie you watching?" And I flipped, he flipped on. It was like Imaginary. I was like, "Oh, how is it?" He was like, "It's okay."
Yeah. Really quick before we go on to the next one, and Noah and I give our grades. I want to say what's up to Tracy. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, yeah.
And she wants to know what the twist is, so I'll take it away because I know the twist.
Yep.
The twist is that Chauncey the Bear, except for Alice and DeWanda Wise's character, is basically a figment of everybody else's imagination. Now think about this. Think about this. The teenage boyfriend that comes over of the teenage stepdaughter's character was messing around a little bit with Chauncey, and it was even haunted by Chauncey the Bear. Think about that for a second. Then how is it a figment of everybody else's imagination besides DeWanda Wise's character and Alice? How is like, that? And also, how could the teenage stepdaughter see it too? That doesn't make sense.
My mind's like, just what the fuck after you explain
that is the twist.
That's the twist, and it's a Blumhouse twist. I'll say that much. It's a Blumhouse twist, and you can tell because Blumhouse has some of the worst twists ever.
And we gotta
But this
say,
is a dump.
a certain film did not make this list that came out in January. Night Swim.
Oh, that one was bad. But regardless, but I will say this one's worse.
Yeah, I enjoy Night Swim a little bit.
I mean,
But
I do not like Night Swim, but there's actually some things I can actually kind of admire about it now. I used to like despise it, but as I've thought about it, there's actually things I can admire about it. But I'm not going to get into it.
Yep.
So in conclusion, I'm going to give Imaginary an F. This movie has barely any redeeming qualities.
I gave this one a D minus just because of our leads. They were really trying here, and the idea was cool, and the house idea was really cool. They just didn't execute on it well. So I gave it a D
Yeah.
minus.
And Tracy says, wow, that sounds very silly. Silly in a way where it doesn't make any sense there, my friend.
Yeah.
Regardless,
on,
let's go ahead and move on.
Before we move on, Collect the Movie Man ended up saying hi to all three of us. That said how all three of us are doing today. Doing good.
Doing pretty good. Thank you for so much for coming in.
Anyway,
let's go ahead. All right, let's go ahead to number 9.
Right.
Number 9, Uglies.
Oh boy.
If your title is Uglies, then you know this movie is ugly.
Bingo.
Who is that lead?
Actually, you know what? I think Michael just put it best. So let's just give our grades and move on.
I want to say this though, right?
Okay, say that.
Who is that actress?
That's Joey King.
Okay. What's the movie called?
Uglies.
Okay. F.
It's an F. Actually,
oh, you're not a fan of Joey King?
Oh no. She is awesome. My thing is the movie's called Uglies. Joey King is one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood.
Agree.
Actually, honestly, to be honest, I actually like some of the world building that Uglies gave. So I think I'll give it a D minus.
I gave this an F because of the awful dialogue and the mean-spiritedness of it. They do nothing to even redeem anybody. And the ending is just flat out awful. Yeah. And what they're going to do with the second one, if they get a second one,
this is not going to get a sequel.
This was a film on Netflix, right?
Yep.
That should explain it. Anyways, let's move on. Uglies is ugly.
Joey King probably was miscast in the film.
Very miscast. Oh,
Garfield movie.
Garfield movie. Noah, did you watch this?
I have still not seen it. I have the Blu-ray. I still have not seen it yet.
I'm the only person on here that has seen it. I liked it, honestly. Not terrible. I do think it should have been more of a simple story rather than a convoluted heist movie. But it's enjoyable. I think kids will definitely like it. So
better than the Bill Murray ones.
I can watch this one over the Bill Murray ones. I mean, I think Chris Pratt honestly fits this part better than Bill Murray does, in my opinion. But again, don't hate me for it. I like the movie. So
the only Garfield.
I think honestly for me, I'll give the Garfield movie a B.
The only Garfield
I like that
exists to me is Garfield and Friends, the TV series, the classic TV series.
Except for the heist. So there is a heist in this movie, so there's that. But regardless, let's move on.
7, The Crow.
Oh boy!
I can't speak on it yet.
I can't speak on it yet either.
Noah and I are going to be watching this one on Thursday because I've actually been wanting to watch it with him.
Yeah, I wish I was available on Thursday.
We're going to be watching it Thursday morning, so.
Yep.
Oh.
You're working on Thursday morning, I'm guessing?
Nope.
You want to
later.
What time? What time are you working?
I think like 4:00, 4:15.
All right, you want to hop on with us?
I'll see.
Yeah, we'll just hop right on here and watch it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really got anything else to do anyway, so like we'll just let's just do like a little secret stream just watching this.
Yeah.
With us dudes fresh out of bed.
Well, Luke, you could go and explain this.
Here comes the hot take of the year, guys. I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it. I actually really enjoyed this movie. As I've come in to think about it, I know a lot of people have said that this movie gets worse the more they think about it. I actually tend to like it more, more I think about it. Now, look, is the romance forced? Yes. Does it take too long for Bill Skarsgård to put on the Crow makeup? Yes. Does Danny Houston play a very cookie cutter villain? Absolutely. But do I think the film is entertaining once it starts to get going, like with him starting to come back to life? Of course. I'm entertained. And the thing I appreciated most about this film is that you don't see Bill Skarsgård in the makeup right away. It takes time. So, and plus another thing I appreciated about it, especially for a remake, it was still bloody. I know these guys are probably bored of me hearing my defense about this movie.
Hey, I'll see what I think on Thursday, and I have no connection to the original, so maybe I'll enjoy this one more because of that.
I'll probably watch it at some point, and then just let you all know what I thought of it.
Yeah,
I'm Michael. Don't take my word for this, but I'm being completely honest. I do not think this film is that bad. Like everybody just kind of takes this film out of proportion and be like, this is just a disrespect to Brandon Lee. I don't think it is.
One of my friends said that no one knows her, our buddy Datilla.
Yep.
She ended up watching both films, and she loved the original film, and she didn't think that the remake was that bad.
Yeah, like I adore the original film. It's my favorite comic book film of all time. But I looked at this film with a different lens. I didn't want to look at it as a flat-out remake of the original film, because if I did that, that would have made this film even worse. And honestly, I think comparing it to the original does not seem fair, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like this is the Crow for the new generation.
Like when I watch it, my mindset will be, okay, I know it's not going to be like the original film. It's going to be its own. It's going to be its own film.
But just so you know, I'll just tell you, once Eric and Shelley are killed, which that's a plot point. I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
It's a plot point.
Yep.
Once they're killed and once Bill Skarsgård is resurrected, like I said, he's not the Crow right away. It takes time for him to become the Crow. But there still is some good bloody stuff in there.
Yes, there is.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry for rambling on too long, but I just wanted to.
Do you agree why critics panned it, saying it's over melodramatic, tries very hard to be an R-rated movie, and feels very rushed?
It actually feels more like an R-rated movie than Craven does. In all honesty, because I've said this before. I've told it Michael and Noah this. The scene when Bill Skarsgård gets run over by a truck, at one point, the camera, there's actually a shot where you see his bone sticking out of his leg. That's gnarly. You do see it. Okay, sorry about that. I wanted to get that off my chest, because if people think I'm not allowed to like the new Crow, you can screw off.
It's his opinion, guys.
It's my opinion. I'm allowed to like it. And when I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, I was like, okay, I just hope the film doesn't suck. And I enjoyed it. So I think for me, I'm going to give this one a B+. I enjoyed it. Okay, so I'm sorry about rambling on, but I just wanted to get that off my chest.
Number 6, Pullman.
I'm the only one that has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Pine, stick to acting, my man. D-.
Next.
Nothing else to say. Next we're at 5, right?
Yep. Luke's favorite film. God. Another one of Luke's favorite films this year.
Oh,
I'm actually gonna watch that tomorrow.
Oh, good luck,
Oh
Noah.
my god. That should be number one. I am sorry, that should be number one. That is the worst movie I have seen this year, no doubt. Blumhouse. Blumhouse better be glad they have Speak No Evil to look back on. They better be glad. This movie, screw it. F minus. How's that for you? This movie deserves an F minus. I hate this movie with a passion. I hate it.
I'm gonna watch this tomorrow, and I'll let you guys know what I think.
Okay. I'm if I keep talking about this movie, I'm gonna explode. Move on, please.
Yeah, let's just move on to 4.
You don't want to
Move
see
on.
me explode.
Winnie the Pooh. Blood
Okay,
and Honey
disagreement
2.
time. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. Oh boy, disagreement time. Am I the only one again that has seen this?
Yes, I have skipped all the Pooniverse.
I'm
Well,
like, why does this Pooniverse exist? Why?
Because they're cheap to make and they make money.
And they look
I'll tell you
absolutely
this,
terrible. They look absolutely awful.
This one
but I'll
looks
tell
good.
you this. I'll tell you this though. The killer's masks are much more intimidating than the first one.
And isn't it more gory?
It is more gory. You actually do see more gore.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to interview the guy that plays Tigger, Mr. Louis Santer. I had a conversation with him, and I've actually kind of grown a little bit of a soft spot for the first film, even though I can still acknowledge it's not good. But I've grown a soft spot for it because of me talking with him. So I can watch that film as a guilty pleasure. This one I actually think is a genuinely good movie. Honestly, I think it's a genuinely good movie. Like I said, it's gorier and there is some pretty cool, there's some pretty awesome kills. And the ones that I'm mostly referring to are the ones, of course, performed by, you guessed it, my man Tigger.
I still need to watch both films. And I think they're on Peacock. I think.
They are on Peacock, but I own both of them on Steelbook.
I gotta say,
I'm a Scream Factory sucker.
I gotta say, you both will watch these films over Mousetrap.
1000%, because at least with Blood and Honey 1 and 2, there's more kills, and it actually looks like they were actually just trying to make something, you know.
And the lead girl in Mousetrap, the only reason to watch the movie is the lead performance. She's actually trying. I think she has a future in the industry. She's really cute, but she has a lot of potential. Give her a real script, and I think she has a lot of potential to be a good actress.
Yeah. Anyways, to conclude for this one, I'm actually going to give this one an A-. I dig it. Don't care what people say. I dig it. So, end of story.
All right.
Moving on to number 3.
Number 3.
Oh, Borderlands.
I have still not seen that film yet.
I have still not seen it either.
Gavin was supposed to send me the code for that, and he never did.
That's good right there.
So
Probably knows you don't want to suffer.
No, I think it's because he wanted to keep it for himself.
Yeah. That's okay.
Because he's the only one that can actually enjoy watching it. I saw this in a double feature with It Ends With Us, which, by the way, that was a double feature I struck out on because I didn't really like either one of them. This one I actually got pretty close to walking out of. Now, look, I think Cate Blanchett and Kevin Hart were trying, even though Cate Blanchett is way too old to play as Lilith. Way too old to play as Lilith. Jack Black is freaking annoying as Claptrap. I thought also Ariana Greenblatt tried, and there is some cool ideas in the mix, but For the most part, this movie just comes off as a cheap knockoff of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'll give it a D.
I'm renting this one on Friday.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm renting it on Friday. Is this movie streaming anywhere?
Not as far as I know, no.
I was hoping it would be on Hulu or something.
Too early for that there, my friend.
Yeah. Well, then I'll just rent it and suffer.
Again, good luck. Number 2.
Madam Web. Yes.
Web.
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck this movie.
Okay. I'll say this. I don't think it's the worst movie of the year.
I agree.
think it's a bad movie, yes. But here's my main issue with it. The script is shit. It's a shit script. Do the performances make up for it?
No.
One performance. One performance. And that's Adam Scott. Adam Scott is trying here. Sydney Sweeney is moving at a snail's pace through here to get to anyone but you. And to
actually, here's the funny part. She only agreed to do this film only because she wanted to make Immaculate.
Yep.
That's the only reason she agreed to do Madam Web.
Yeah.
And Immaculate was released by Sony, right?
Neon.
Oh, yep.
Neon. Okay.
Yep. She used her paycheck from this to make Immaculate.
And that pretty much shows. Listen, I can acknowledge this film is terrible. I will acknowledge that. It's not a good movie. But the theater experience made up for it for me. Because me and Justin were having a blast, not only laughing our asses off, but cracking jokes the entire time. Because we knew this was going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this film honestly works best as a unintentional comedy.
I went into this film, and I can't remember if it was this film or anyone but you, but I was on the phone with Luke right before the trailer started. I was the only one in that theater. The only one in that theater. And I was on the phone with you when the trailers played. Because again, only one in the theater. Do you remember what trailer played right before this?
Wasn't it Anyone But You?
No.
The Holdovers.
The Holdovers. The Holdovers played not, and Luke was on the phone with me, and he goes, "Are you seeing The Holdovers?" I said, "No, I'm seeing Madam Web. I don't know why they're playing the trailer for The Holdovers in front of Madam Web, but the movie was fun for me." Being one of the only few people in the theater, I can have a ball with this. I was laughing my butt off, and I think the stupidest scene in the entire movie is a scene with Sydney Sweeney in the diner. She's supposed to be this shy, unattractive girl, right? But
I'll just say, even with glasses on, I'd still be attracted to her.
But when her friend pulls her up on a table, I'm sorry,
and they start dancing to Britney Spears'
wearing?
Toxic.
That was funny.
Yeah, I busted out laughing, but I think that's the worst scene. You're trying to tell me that Sydney Sweeney can play an ugly girl, but you're putting her in a short skirt, in stockings, in a schoolgirl uniform, and have her dancing on a table, and she's considered ugly?
And her character's not ugly.
Neither three of those girls, or Dakota Johnson. I love Dakota Johnson. None of the four leads are ugly. In the slightest. So saying that they're unlikable, ugly, unpopular girls, I don't know what type of school you went to, but fuck you.
I'll tell you this really quick. At least, even though Ezekiel Sims is a really bad villain, at least there was only one villain in this film than Kraven the Hunter.
I gotta say that Ezekiel was in my opinion, the only good thing in this film, aside from Sydney Sweeney.
Like I said, I don't like Ezekiel Sims as a villain, but at least there was actually one villain to follow with this one than in Kraven the Hunter. In Kraven the Hunter, they don't know what to focus on. It's so unfocused. At least with this film, even though it's still bad, it felt more focused than Kraven the Hunter. I'll just say that. But if I was saying for objective scale, this film gets an F. But on the entertainment scale, A plus. This movie's so freaking entertaining.
I own this movie. I own this movie on 4K. I just wanted to toss. I just want to toss it out the window or burn it. This movie was absolutely fucking atrocious. Like I said earlier, I'd rather watch Kraven the Hunter. I'd rather watch Morbius over this film.
If we're going with a critic score for me, I'm going to go with a D for this one, just because I had a lot of fun with it. But I see why you absolutely hate this film, because it's not well made whatsoever. The acting's atrocious.
Let's talk about how slow paced this movie is.
Yeah,
absolutely snail slow pace.
I honestly thought the pacing was faster in this one than Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter was putting me to sleep. But let me tell you this. This film actually had cooler camera angles than Kraven the Hunter did. They even did like a cool like little 180 like little 180 camera trick. That was cool. Honestly, that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kraven the Hunter, most of it is just like what you would expect. Big budget, terrible shaky cam with multiple cuts.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys.
So let me just clear this up. Kraven is not how you do shaky cam. All right, Noah, you got to say something?
Yeah. Let's just move on to number one, just because this one, yeah, it's a bad film. It's a bad film, but
I can be entertained.
If you watch it with a group of friends, you can have a fucking blast with this. I mean,
yeah,
just
good way to put
laughing at it. Come on.
Madam Web gets a big fat F from me.
All right.
Big fat F.
And what's number one?
And that
number one word. Let's take a drum roll. Ready?
Number one word. It's from Luke's favorite director, Sean McNamara.
Reagan.
His favorite director, Sean McNamara.
You want me to kick you off?
No, no.
Then keep your mouth shut.
The director of Bratz.
Yeah, that should explain it to you. That should explain how terrible this movie is. Dennis Quaid, thank God you have the substance to look back on. Because this was easily one of his worst performances. And how funny is that? Like, Reagan's one of his worst performances, yet The Substance is one of his best performances.
And this came out before The Substance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sean McNamara, stay away from the director's chair. You're a terrible filmmaker. Anyways, that's about it. So if you guys want to let us know your 15 or 10 worst movies of the year down in the comments below, please do so. That would be awesome to hear from you guys. But let's move into. But anyways, that does it for this list and for this topic. So let's go ahead and move on. So we're gonna go to IMDb for this one. We're gonna look at what's coming up in January, because we looked at what was coming up for the rest of this month last week. Yep. So we are gonna look up and see what's coming up in January. Because I will say, for the second half of the month, we're looking pretty good. I'll tell you that much.
With, all right, I'm going to share the screen here. We're going to start with January 1st.
Well, we're not really going to get too far into like the first part of it because there's not really much to talk about.
Yeah. I will say this. I will be getting a screener for The Damned.
Okay.
Right.
So expect a review for on my channel for The Damned.
Okie dokie.
Now there's two Damns coming out.
Yes. The Damned that I'm getting is the Odessa Young and Joe Cole one.
This one right here.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, there's not really
Okay.
much to talk about here with these though, because we don't know what they are.
Yep.
January 10th, the only one that I even know of is Den of Thieves 2.
Okay. The last showgirl is getting some award talk because of Miss Pamela Anderson. Apparently she's phenomenal. The movie is very well written from what I've heard. It's not going wide. Den of Thieves 2 will be the only one going live. Or what?
Wide.
Live, my God.
Live.
I'm used to being live on Tuesdays. So
Anyways, yeah.
yeah.
But Den of Thieves 2, that's the only one I'm familiar with. I like the first one enough for what it is. It's not great. I don't know why we're getting a sequel so many years later. But we'll see. We'll see. But regardless, there's not really much else to talk about with these anyway. Moving on to January 17th, because we don't know what the hell is on the 13th.
Oh, wait. Yeah, yes, we do.
What is it?
Click
oh,
on
that's
that.
right. Peter
Yep.
Pan's Neverland
Peter Pan's
Nightmare.
Neverland Nightmare.
Yep. That is
Oh,
going
boy.
to be. Yep. And I have an interview coming up with Tinkerbell.
What is this?
Coming up.
What is this?
This is a part of the Pooniverse.
Oh God.
Yep.
This is a part of the Pooniverse, and Scott Chambers, awesome dude. So I will be probably talking to Tinkerbell very, very soon. I just have to email her, and we will see what happens there. We probably aren't gonna get to see this movie until it hits digital, because it's not gonna go wide like the Pooh films.
But regardless, anyways, let's go ahead and move back here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's some cool ass makeup.
That is some good makeup. I have to give it that, especially for a low budget movie. It's pretty good. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to January 17th here. So we got September 5th. Mike saw it already. He said it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Better Man. Now, besides the Monkey that comes out the month after. How funny. Two of my most anticipated films involve monkeys. That's funny. Better Man, I think this film looks great. Now look, I'm not a huge fan of Robbie Williams. I've started getting into his music because of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rock DJ is my freaking jam, dude. Like, Rock DJ is my jam.
I never heard of Robbie Williams. Like, I never heard any of his music.
He is a UK pop star.
And
that
explains why I never heard of him.
He's very much so well known overseas. He's never really like that well known in the US. But Michael Gracie, the director of The Greatest Showman, is directing this movie.
And that's why I got faith in it.
And early buzz coming out of Fantastic Fest has been very good. So, and I feel like from the trailers, it's got a lot of the visual flair that Rocket Man has. And I'm all in for it. I think this film looks really, really good. I'm probably going to be jamming to Rock DJ in the theater once we get to see it. And then, speaking of man movies, Wolfman.
Yep.
Lee Winnell's Wolfman. Oh boy, Lee Winnell is back in the director's chair, baby.
I'm hoping I get to see Wolfman. I'm really hoping so.
I never seen the original Wolfman.
This is taking basically the Wolfman story into a more claustrophobic setting.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw the like that's what we're actually getting out of the film, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be great.
I think it's going to be gory. I think it's going to be very grotesque. And it's going to leave you with a sense of dread. And I can't wait to see this movie.
I think that's honestly Lee Winnell's intent.
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch the original Wolfman.
You don't really have to watch this one because this is his new spin.
Oh, yeah. So this is just its own film.
It is technically a remake, but it is its own spin.
Yeah, it's not the story of the 40s film.
Oh.
No.
And you
Like
got
it's taking the Wolfman concept, but setting it in a claustrophobic setting, like I said before.
and you can already tell that this is going to be better than the 2010 film.
Yeah.
Because I think in it, Benicio del Toro wolfs out like 3 times in that one movie.
Yep. This is gonna
That
be
doesn't
more.
make sense. I think this new Wolfman is taking place over the course of one day.
Mm-hmm.
If they're setting it in a claustrophobic setting, by that time, and our main guy gets bit by a wolf. So simple as that.
It's
But yeah, I
interesting.
cannot wait for Wolfman.
But we know, movies that come out in January, some of them are awful. They call January
Honestly, most of them are not very good at all. But
yeah, they call
I think
January
with Better Man and Wolfman, we have a pretty good shot at having a good January. So
Yep.
yeah, January
anyways, let's go
is
down
like,
to anyways, let's go ahead and head down.
I was gonna say January is like the dead month for films.
It kind of was this year, honestly, except for The Beekeeper.
Mm-hmm. Don't know what that is, Mark Men.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. January 24th, we have Flight Risk, the latest film from director Mel Gibson.
Oh wow, I didn't even know.
It is Mel Gibson. I have seen the trailer. I saw it in front of what was it? Saturday night was when I saw the first trailer for Flight Risk. I think it looks pretty good, even though Mark Wahlberg's ball cap is very distracting. It's very distracting, but I think the film looks interesting. Like for the concept that they're trying to they're transferring a guy to a certain police station. I think it's what it is. But then they find out that one of their pilots is actually the killer. I'm not spoiling anything by saying that because it's in the trailer.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's honestly the only film that's really coming out that day, honestly, that I really know of that at least has my attention.
Yes, that's the only one going wide. Yes.
Yep. Anyways, let's go on down to January 31st, the last day. Dogman.
Dogman. This one looks fun.
It looks cute. I mean, I think the animation style is definitely got a lot of the Captain Underpants vibes.
Yep.
But I think this one feels a little bit more. I think from the animation on this one, it feels a little bit more vibrant than Captain Underpants. And plus, Dogman was also the comics of Dogman were also created during one of the Captain Underpants books. And I knew that because I've actually read all the books when I was in school. I was a Captain Underpants fanatic for years. And I think Lil Rel Howery and Pete Davidson being in the cast helps it for me. So when I saw this when I saw that Dogman was getting a movie based off the books by Dav Pilkey, if you guys know, I was like, okay, not bad. And I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks good. So, but yeah, other than that, not really sure what else. We'll go over February by the time we get to the middle of January. We'll go over February stuff.
The one film that I'm looking forward to coming out on the 31st is Companion.
Companion, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, isn't that Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher?
Yeah, I saw the trailer to it before Craven, and I'm interested in checking out this film. They set you up thinking that it's going to be like a romance film because it's a New Line Cinema film, and it said from the studio that bought you The Notebook. And I was like, oh, this is going to be another romance film. But then as the teaser trailer goes on, it moves away from that and it becomes a thriller, which I like. And you have Sophie Thatcher, putting her hand over the candle, which I'm like, all right, I'm interested in checking this film out.
I do want to say this. There was supposed to be one more film that came out on January 17th.
It's Paddington. Yep. It's Paddington.
That was supposed to come out then. It got moved to Valentine's Day for some unknown reason. But
I think it's probably because if apparently the rumors are true that Captain America: Brave New World is having troubles with production because of test screenings, it's probably going to get delayed. So
we will see. I'm
I hope not.
not sure.
I mean, I hope not either, because I think the film looks good, but like,
but
if it is true that the reactions from the test screenings are not good, then they're gonna have to delay it.
but here's the thing though. Michael knows this from my show. All test screening stuff is bullshit because you sign NDAs.
Yeah,
you literally can't.
Well, and plus, but here's the thing though. You don't just get the editing done and release it. You have to have test screenings before you can release it.
Yes, but you do that, yes. But what we've heard, right? When say a Wonka, they had a test screening, said that the songs were awful, the scripts were bad, and everything.
they have to go back and do it.
Oh no, they actually said they fixed nothing because there was no test screenings. So with a test screening, you sign an NDA, and you literally are legally bound on the internet to say nothing. So it's all word of mouth that this person heard from this person. So the test screenings that we trust is the critic screenings, because then the film is done. With a test screening,
that's a good way to put it.
The editing and all the CGI is pretty much not fully done yet. So with the test screenings, I trust none of that bullshit.
And we got a
because
good
and plus, honestly,
they've been wrong.
Because to be fair, honestly, I know. I think I remember at one point. I don't know who it was, but I know somebody sent in the group chat that apparently the ones for The Crow came out for test screenings and said that it was just unwatchable. And I thought to myself, that's clickbait.
Because it wasn't finished.
Yeah, because it wasn't finished. So, and honestly, what we got for the finished product, like I said, I do not hate.
So now for like the test screens, like when a film gets a test screen and they don't like it, they would have to go back and, do it all over, like reshoot and, change everything up.
Basically, what they do is you're given this this card here. So let's say like this card here, and it's what you liked, what you would change, and then sign your name. And at the very bottom, it's an NDA. And then at some points they have you sign before you go in and right after you leave that theater, because everybody that I know that's gone to a test screening can't say anything until the movie is out, because it's not a finished film. The editing is not done yet. The effects are not done, and it's not cut to where they want. They're showing you everything that they have done.
It's like a work rate.
Yes. So with test screenings, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. A test screening is something like a CinemaCon, where they show you the whole film, or a Comic-Con panel or something like that, where it's finished. But this early, a Marvel film is not done. It's not even remotely close to being done.
Exactly. So, all right, we'll just leave it at that. We're going on a bit of a tangent here, but I think that should about cover all the stuff for January. So
yeah,
because we pretty much covered everything that we need to figure out.
The only films I'm looking forward to in January are maybe Better Man. I'll give that a watch, and Companion. So 2 films in January for me.
There's 4. I got 4 of them. Better Man, Flight Risk, Wolfman, and Companion. I mean, I'm excited for Dogman. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be anything special, but I mean, it looks cute.
Wolfman, I might give a watch, maybe.
I will.
I'm
Just wait until you hear from us, and you judge.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Wolfman. I'm excited for the Dog Man, but I'm not gonna lie, Den of Thieves 2. I'm excited for it just to be my first film in theaters in 2025. That's what I'm excited for, because I gotta say this: nothing on this list looks like it's a January movie. Where it's
Not
gonna
dude,
be
Better Man doesn't even look like a January movie. That looks like something you could release on Christmas.
Yep.
Which but the reason why it's on the January list is only because it's getting a wide release in January. It's getting a limited release this Christmas.
Yep.
I kind of feel like Companion is going to get pushed back because they only released a teaser trailer for it, and a full trailer has not been released, and we're a month away.
That is kind of true, but again, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I think all right. That covers it for the January side. Since we're getting towards the end of the year here, I'll just tell you this. My top 10, we're going to go over our top 10 favorites of the year, but we're going to go through them very quickly and very briefly because I don't have a ton of time. But I will tell you, my top 10 list is not finalized quite yet. I still have a few films I've yet to see before my top 10 list feels finalized. So
my top 10 is finalized already.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and put up the banners for counting it down. The guest will go first, so that means you.
Okay.
We'll go.
So we'll go. So we'll go Noah, then Michael, then me, because of course the host has to go last. But so let's put up the banners. So go for number 10, Noah. What is your number 10?
Okay, my number 10 is Immaculate.
There we go.
Phenomenal acting, phenomenal writing, and oh my god, that ending left me shocked. Very, very short, sweet.
There you go. Michael?
My number 10 is Dee Dee. It's a nice coming-of-age comedy drama film, that takes place in 2008. It was kind of like a throwback because you saw like old school, YouTube, which I remember when YouTube was, looking like that back in the day. That was when YouTube was actually really good. Also, throwback to like MySpace, where the main character uses MySpace. He also uses AIM, AOL Instant Messenger. So I thought it was a very good story about this 13-year-old. He's living in a middle class neighborhood, and his his family is very like his family's like very, I have to say, like dysfunctional, and it just shows his life with his family, and he wants to be big on social media, so he ends up using filming like these guys doing skateboarding tricks. I thought it was a nice coming of age film, and I really like the scene where like he practices like he looks up like, how do you kiss a girl for the first time, and then he uses like an apple. which
yeah,
is funny.
That's pretty funny. But
my number 10, very underrated film.
I'll just say, I think it's great. Not a movie I'll tend to revisit, but it's great. I'll say that for sure. It's not on my list, but again, I think it's great. Not a movie I'm going to revisit really much for obvious reasons. It's just, I don't think it's one of those films that's very rewatchable in my opinion. So
I think it's probably rewatchable just for the nostalgia, like where the film takes place.
I mean, yeah, but even that doesn't quite help for me. Like, because honestly, for me, I just don't find it really that rewatchable. So
good performances though.
I will agree on that. But my number 10 is going to be Civil War. This movie at one point actually was my favorite film of the year, but got overshadowed by many other movies. This film is a nice little look at a dystopian future of what could possibly become a reality, which I hope does not happen. But when I look at this film, I feel like this, like what happens in Civil War could potentially become a reality. And again, don't want it to happen, but I could see it happening. And this movie has some of the best performances of the year, honestly. Like from Kirsten Dunst to Kaylee Spaney, even from limited screen time from Jesse Plemons. Incredible all the way around. I think this movie is awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
All right, kicking off number 9. Noah, what do you got?
Twisters.
Yeah, buddy.
I want to bring this up first. This was my last date with my ex girlfriend, and you guys know what happened then. We go to the theater, and we get there about maybe 20, 30, lot of time early, and cars are pulling in. We're sitting in the car, and I'm like, hey, we better go. And she goes, why? I'm like, because I think it's going to be a packed screening. It was about half full for a 4:00 screening. And we get in the theater, and she gets so mad because there's so many people in there, and she doesn't like a lot of people. And I see her texting her grandma before the movie starts, and all she says is, there's too many humans in here. And I went, okay. I was already thinking about breaking up with her anyways, but then Deadpool Wolverine happened. Luke knows what happened there. But I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Glenn Powell, this solidified him as a star who can do any film, any genre. He's done a rom-com, he's done a action comedy with Twisters, and of course Hitman, which is in my honorable mentions. This is a very fun film, over the top, great CGI. And what I think should be up for best song at the Oscars, Ain't No Love in Oklahoma, but hell no, we ain't getting that shit because it's not eligible apparently. Anyways,
I don't know how it's not eligible though, because that song is a freaking banger.
Yeah, but
like
they are
that is honestly a song I can listen to on repeat, and I'm not bored.
Yeah, but that's my number 9 is Twisters.
Yeah, I wish it was still my top 10, but it's still great. Don't get that wrong. It's gonna be an honorable mention within my top 20, but man, is it good. But Michael, go right ahead.
All I can say is my number 9, the juice is loose. Beetlejuice.
Dude, that was actually closest to being in the top 10, but with another movie we'll get to, it unfortunately got bumped off.
Yeah, very awesome film. Obviously not as good as the first, not as good as the original, but good performance from, Michael Keaton, once again reprising the role as Beetlejuice. A lot of quoted lines in the film. Winona Ryder, it was good to see her return as Lydia. Jenna Ortega as, the daughter, as Winona Ryder's daughter, was very great as Astrid. Tim Burton, coming back to the direct the film, still has, that Tim Burton style to it. It was cool to see Danny DeVito in a cameo as a janitor.
Mm-hmm.
Willem Dafoe, good in everything. It was good to see him. But
who doesn't love Willem Dafoe?
Yeah, Beetlejuice. Fun film, fun sequel. That's my number 9.
Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through. Go, honey. There you go. I don't know if you guys wanted a Beetlejuice impression, but there you go.
I did my Beetlejuice impression though, but I didn't do good. Got to do it.
I can do pretty good with that. Even my man Michael Ennedy said I can do a great. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. I swapped them around. I actually swapped my my 10th for my 10th spot for my 11th spot. Apparently, My number 10 was
Wow.
actually Beetlejuice.
Okay.
All right.
I swapped that around by accident, so my bad. Number 9. Oh, Michael and Noah are gonna kill me. Wicked.
Hey.
I'm done.
Wicked's
Well.
number 9. I'm sorry, but look, I adore Wicked. Don't get that twisted. I love it. It's on this list.
I'm gonna get in the fetal position now. Okay.
Look,
I'm just gonna be. No, I'm just gonna be
Noah,
like,
please.
If you care to finally look at the western sky.
No, I'm just gonna be like this to Luke as he explains. Like,
look, it's on this list for good reason. The only reason why it's not higher is only because I'm waiting for part 2. I want part 2 to come out just so I can wait and see if it'll make it go back up on the list. Because obviously it's not complete yet.
If Elphaba was played by Jim Carrey, this would be what he would say. Okay.
All right.
It's because I'm green, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. But again, for people that have Wicked at their number 1 spot or even in their top 5, I'm sorry. But again, I love it. There's other ones I would rather watch. Just to be fair, it's my opinion. So, and let's be. I gotta make this clear. Our lists are our opinions.
Yep.
There's no right or wrong answer. If you guys want to list your lists, put them down in the comments. Anyways, okay. I know you guys are pissed at me. I'm really sorry, but
no. I was just gonna go like this. I was just gonna go like this and be like, "Oh, give me your opinion on why it's number 9." I wish I had something to eat. Like I would just stare at him, like as he explained.
Yeah,
like okay,
I can tell it. I can kind of tell inside you guys are not happy, but it is what it is. but hey, like I said, at the end of the day, it's our opinion.
Their opinions.
It's our opinion. So
exactly. All right.
Everybody's entitled to their opinions. So, all right, Noah, take it away. Number 8.
We Live in Time.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield,
hidden gem.
Florence Pugh. Nobody was more excited for this film than I was because Florence Pugh, I think, is the most underrated actress working today. It's beside her and Saoirse Ronan are the two most underrated actresses working today. She has not given a bad performance nor had a bad film.
Black Widow.
Black Widow was still good though.
But the chemistry between these two is phenomenal. It's a funny film while still being heartbreaking at the exact same time. Perfect pacing. I really loved every moment of this film. I just wish we got a little bit more of her cooking and a little bit more of his side because we have a lot of her side. It would have gone higher if we saw more of his side of this story. You're seeing her go through the illness, right? And we don't really see a whole lot from him. We see her go to work, do the cooking thing, and we don't really see much of him, of how it affects him, until he fully just lets it all out when he finds out what she's actually been doing and why she hasn't been home as much or really been doing what the doctors said. But it's a phenomenal film, my number 8 of the year, and I cannot wait to rewatch this many, many more times. Phenomenal movie. Everybody check out We Live in Time. Now A24's best film of the year, in my opinion.
I gotta say, like my favorite Florence Pugh film, and Noah will probably agree with me on this, is Fighting with My Family.
It's great, dude. Yeah, I think I can probably agree.
Yeah, her portrayal of Soraya Page was spot on.
Yep.
As for someone who's not like well versed in the WWE, I could tell that was spot on, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, good number 8 there, Noah. Good pick. It's not necessarily a very rewatchable movie for me either, and plus, I think it's actually pretty cliched if you really think about it. But it's still very good. Like the film, and also I think the film could have used a little bit more of a happier ending, a little bit more. I think I don't really need the much downer ending. I
Yeah.
appreciate a downer ending for sure. I mean, The Mist has one of the most ballsiest endings I've ever seen, but I think that one was a bit too much of a downer ending for me. But regardless, though, respected, great pick. Michael, take it away. Number 8.
My number 8, Venom: The Last Dance.
Okay, good pick.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I enjoy all 3 of the Venom films. Yes, Let There Be Carnage. It could have been more carnage in the film. It should have been rated R to me. But Venom: The Last Dance, I thought it was very enjoyable. I thought it was a nice send off to the Venom character, with Tom Hardy. Uh, I actually liked Chiwetel Ejiofor in the film, even though he's supposed to be a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Thought.
I think he's honestly kind of more of a side villain if you really think about it, because the last main symbiote apparently that is going after Venom apparently is the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, I'm not taking away your point though, because you're definitely right. He is still one of the villains, but I think honestly one of the film's biggest problems, too much jumping around.
Yeah, it was a lot too much jumping around from here and there.
Which is something that Beetlejuice had, but I was actually more invested with that film jumping around because Tim Burton actually made those characters vibrant.
Mm-hmm. And more laid out.
Yep, and each character got a good amount of screen time. So, I mean, besides Monica Bellucci, though, she only had 5 minutes of screen time, but everyone else, including Willem Dafoe, had a good amount of screen time.
And I'm like, looking back on, I'm like, did we really need to know, Jeffrey Jones's character and, why, how he got killed off?
Yeah.
I'm like, did we really need that?
I thought it was clever the way that they did it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're still probably giving money to Jeffrey Jones, and we all know,
we all know why he couldn't be in the movies. So
yeah, of course, we all know.
So, but we're not going to get into it. So
no, all right.
But going back to Venom: The Last Dance, I really liked how Eddie Brock met this family who are hippies, and the guy, this family are all alien enthusiasts. Like the lead guy that he meets is an alien enthusiast. They're going to Area 51 to see an alien. That guy is played by Reese Ifans, who plays the Lizard in the Amazing Spider-Man. And
that's right.
This is set in a different universe, the Sony cinematic universe, where his portrayal of the Lizard is in the Spider-Man universe. So don't be too confused about that, because they'll be like, "Oh, it's the Lizard. Why is the Lizard in Venom: The Last Dance as a hippie?"
Yeah, there you go. But
I thought Noel was wasted, because
I agree. Noel was wasted.
He's like this, there's my plan, like that.
Kind of, yeah.
But a waste of Andy Serkis.
Yeah, but let's try to keep these a little bit briefer though, since we're clocking in at nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, but Venom: The Last Dance, I thought it was enjoyable, and it was a good send off to the Venom character.
So, good pick.
Go ahead.
All right. Again, sorry that I cut you off there. I just want to keep this a little bit briefer since we're clocking in at over 2 hours.
All right.
I don't mind going for that long, but it's just so I'm not, but since we have a guest here, I want to keep this a little bit cleaner. Number 8 for me. I know my buddy Jacob Hubbard's gonna kill me for this. Abigail.
Mm.
I love this movie. I do. I think I've seen it
I like it too.
4 times? 3 times? Fuck it, I'm gonna cheat.
And you even got the shirt
4.
as well.
Yeah, I even have a shirt on Abigail, and I even freaking have a poster for it. Does that explain enough to you?
Exactly.
I love this movie. I love the characters. I think Dan Stevens stole the whole show. I think Alicia Weir is perfect as Abigail. She knows how to be very charming, but also very menacing when she needs to be. It's gory, it's violent, it is also freaking hilarious. And this is the type of horror comedy that I miss, especially with vampire movies. So, yeah, Abigail, love it. Number 8. 7, Noah, take it away. You're muted.
King Pooh! Chapo Chayo! Okay, here we go. Number 7 is Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
This movie was, I think it might be my second favorite of the entire series. The cinematography, especially in that one scene with Will Smith, is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal film. So fun. Little overly long, but one of the most fun experiences I had in the theater all year was for this film, and I might actually rewatch this one before the end of the year. Love Bad Boys Ride or Die.
I'll say it's great. Bit convoluted though. Can you agree with me on that? It's a little bit convoluted.
Yeah, I didn't really like how they went with the opposite of Martin wanting to retire this time, where last time it was Will. But yeah,
it is what it is. But I mean, but also the fact that they're on the run, they're trying to clear their names, they're trying to get their son, they're trying to get Mike's son out. The police are on the hunt after them. Like that I felt was convoluted.
Yeah.
So, but again, tangent. Anyways,
Michael.
Inside Out 2 is my number 7.
You can take it briefly because I know Noah's going to talk about it.
Inside Out 2 is just, very good movie. I think it's as good as the first film. I like that you now have Riley being a teenager and she's in high school now. And, she now has, anxiety, as one of the characters in her, which, is typical for any, teenager that's entering high school. And just, good movie, good story, very good animation. And, all overall, Inside Out 2 is a very good movie.
Great movie, for sure. Unfortunately, will not be on my list, but it's still great. I think it's really good. Number 7. Hi, Gavin. Monkey Man. This movie fucking rocks. It does. Don't care what people say about the shaky cam. It is awesome. I think it actually makes the film actually more enticing to watch. Like, I'm actually more on the edge of my seat. And plus, like I said, due to budget cuts and a skimpy budget, that's the reason why it was filmed on phones and GoPros for the most part.
Luke, you gonna be shocked? It didn't make my list. It didn't make my list.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's an honorable mention.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad about that whatsoever. That's totally okay. But yeah, I love this movie. Dev Patel knocked it out of the park with his directing, and I cannot wait to see what else he does in directing department. But after this film, give him more work, Please, Hollywood.
He deserves it.
Please. He hasn't even been in that many films, and I think he's only like 32 years old.
Mhm.
Come on, Hollywood. Like, give my man Dev Patel some more work.
I say this is my favorite Dev Patel film next to Slumdog Millionaire.
I think this actually is my favorite, to be honest with you. I've seen this one more times than Slumdog.
Yeah, I love Monkey Man.
So yeah, Dev Patel, keep kicking ass. 7. 6. Yep, 6. Noah.
The Idea of You.
All right.
The Idea of You. You guys know that it's my bread and butter. A romance film is my bread and butter. But what really works here is the chemistry. Our two leads here, this movie should not work. It's a 40-year-old mom who is going after a teeny bopper band member who is about 25 here. Then again, we're around the same age. If we could get with Anne Hathaway, wouldn't we want to? I mean, we are this man. If we could get her, we would. But we can't. But this movie was so sweet, funny, and the chemistry is out the wazoo. The best romance film I've seen all year, and it is my number 6 on the list.
It's really good. Definitely familiar. Though.
I never heard
definitely
of it.
familiar, but very good.
It is on Prime, and it's only about an hour 50, and it moves very, very, very quickly. It's very charming. It's very funny, and this actually has our lead who's going to play He-Man in it.
Nicholas Galitzine.
Yep.
That's his name.
Yep. He's going to be great. And
that's right. Yeah, Jeff from Bottoms.
Yep. And this director, phenomenal. He also did The Eyes of Tammy Faye and The Big Sick.
About to say Big Sick.
But that's my number 6.
Michael?
Twisters. Number 6.
That's what we already talked about it.
Yep. Good movie. Good CGI. Love the performances by Daisy Edgar Jones, Anthony Ramos. No.
Glenn Powell. Don't forget
Glenn
my
Powell
man.
as well. Glenn Powell as well.
Can't forget my man.
Yeah. Twisters is an enjoyable, fun film.
Yep.
One of my favorites.
Also, guys, don't forget the soundtrack fucking rocks.
Yep.
One of my favorite films of the summer.
Also, freaking Dead End Road by Jelly Roll. Good stuff. Can't wait to hear the song that he did for Sonic 3.
Same.
Yeah. Number 6, live from New York, it's Saturday Night. Saturday Night. That's right, baby. Saturday Night. I've seen this movie now 3 times. And it gets better with every single viewing. Like, sure, this film is not great narrative-wise. This is an experience of the first 90 minutes of what happened behind the scenes before they went live.
On that night.
Yeah, on that exact same night of October 11th, 1975. I think Jason Reitman captured 1975 very, very well, especially with how NBC looked back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with how they started with Studio 8H, aka Saturday Night Live. I thought Gabriel LaBelle was incredible as Lorne Michaels, the creator of Saturday Night Live. Which, by the way, Noah, keep me hit up for him because I want to interview Gabriel about the movie.
Okay.
I love Corey Michael Smith as Chevy Chase. Matt Wood as John Belushi. Awesome. Ella Hunt plays Gilda. Rest in peace, Gilda, by the way.
Matt Wood played 2 roles in the film.
Nicholas Braun.
Oh,
Nicholas Braun played 2 roles. Jim
Braun,
Henson and Andy Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
He did perfect at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Hoffman, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, played as the middleman, Dick Ebersol. He's great. Rachel Sennett plays as Lauren's wife, Rosie Schuster. She's phenomenal. I remember who else. Emily Fairn, I think that's her name, plays as Lorraine Newman, one of the cast members. Lamorne Morris, my man, as Garrett Morris. Fantastic. You also got freaking Willem Dafoe, J.K. Simmons.
Yep.
Brad
Who
Garrett.
else? Yep. Who'd you say?
Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett. There you go. I'm trying to remember who else was in there. Who else was in there for a second? So my brain's blanking. The girl who played Jane Curtin.
Mm-hmm.
Great. But the show stealer for me was Dylan O'Brien as Dan Aykroyd. He embodied Dan Aykroyd perfectly. He could not get it any more perfect. I swear to you. Like, the script specifically called for Smith & Wesson K-Frame Model 19 Combat Magnum. Like, the way he said it, like, that fast and that kind of Aykroyd mannerism, perfect. Okay, I ramble on a bit too long, but my God, I love Saturday Night. So if you guys are SNL fans and you want to know what happened behind the scenes, watch that movie.
Yep.
Anyways, again, sorry for the ramble, but I really wanted to get into this one. Oh, wrong button. Number 5, Noah.
Inside Out 2. This movie gives the best. I mean, this movie is the best animated movie of the entire year, I think. It's emotional, it's funny, and it gives the perfect idea of what an anxiety attack is. And this is the first time in a kid's film that perfectly displays that. And in the entire theater, my theater experience, everybody's mouths were agape. They could not believe that they went there with it, that they showed it. And anxiety is one of the best characters of the entire year. I am a embarrassment person. I mean, I love that character. Delivers on every level. I love this movie, and I can't wait to watch it again. That's my number 5.
It's number 7 for me.
I will tell you, Noah, it's a great animated film. It's definitely up there for that, but that's not my favorite animated movie of the year.
Oh no, nope. And I know it's gonna be
I will
on
talk about it
your
later.
list. Yep.
Now, Noah, do you think
that one's in my honorable mentions?
Now, Noah, do you think it's as good as the first?
Yes, I think it's better.
As I've come to think about it, I think the first one's better. The second one takes on a bit. I think the second one's a bit too similar to the first one.
Okay.
But again, that's just my opinion. Michael, 5.
Michael.
Saturday Night.
We literally just talked about it, so I think
Yeah.
we can move on there.
Good movie. Loved how the way it was shot. It felt like a 70s film. Like you were watching a 70s film.
It definitely does. Number 5 for me.
Sunday Night. No.
Good one.
That's the sequel.
Here you go. Okay, so number 5. When's your birthday, little one? Long Legs. Oh
Nice.
my God.
And I still have yet to watch it.
Nicolas Cage. If the Academy would respect horror films, I better see his name on the best supporting actor list. If only they respected horror films, is what I'm saying. I should see his name on that list.
That's why when we do the Movie Lovers Awards on my channel in January, he is one of the nominations.
Yeah, one of his best performances for sure, and possibly my favorite performance from Micah Monroe as well. She is phenomenal. The direction from Oz Perkins is fantastic. I love the atmosphere. I love where the film goes, especially separating it into chapters.
Yep.
And that twist threw me off. Like, and I'm saying threw me off in a good way because I did not see that twist coming.
Mm-hmm.
And man, dude, I could gush here for 4 more hours about Long Legs, but I'm not going to. I think I've said enough about it in my reviews. So if you guys missed my review on Long Legs, go check it out. Number 4, take it away, Noah.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Get your special sock out, nerds.
This movie delivered. I think it's the best out of the three. This movie made me bawl at the very, very end because the Foxverse is now gone. It's fully ended now. It's wrapped up. The comedy is great. The opening is one of the best openings to any comic book film ever. The chemistry between our two leads here, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, phenomenal. Give me a Gambit movie, please, with Mr. Channing Tatum. He
They call me
delivered,
the Gambit.
I want to see a Gambit movie.
and I loved it. Deadpool Wolverine, I'm probably gonna watch it again this week. I cannot wait to rewatch it and see if it stays on my top 10.
I'll tell you this. Good luck getting 3 songs from this film stuck out of your head. Bye, bye, bye.
Yep.
Yeah, bye, bye, bye. Like a Prayer and Iris. Good
Yep.
luck getting those songs stuck out of your head. Good luck getting those out of your head.
And that's my number 4. Michael,
Yeah.
what's yours?
Michael, what do you got?
Abigail.
Abigail.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to Luke over here for
Wrong way
introducing
again.
me. Well, my camera is like different
It's
angles.
reversed, damn it.
Reversed, yeah.
There you go.
Well, thank you to Luke for introducing me to that film, and I did it on a watch along with him. Loved it. And can we all say that Catherine Newton makes a very good vampire?
I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Alicia Weir, great performance as Abigail.
Yes, sir. Right. You guys ready for my number 4?
Mhm.
Yep.
Noah, what does this have to do with us leaving? Everything.
Yep.
Heretic. Number 4 is Heretic. I know Mike's probably going to be very mad at me, but sorry, man. But oh man, dude, I love Heretic. Hugh Grant, I think, gives his best performance of his entire career. I'm glad that he's also getting awards recognition for it because he absolutely deserves it. Chloe East and Sophie Thatcher as our 2 Mormon missionaries are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But and I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Like, honestly, when I was watching this film, I was like, bro, hats off to the filmmakers for actually having balls to challenge people about religion. Now, look, I'm not a religious person myself, but but that's why I appreciated it more, though, was because I'm not super religious, and I'm glad that it challenged people about religion and using it in different and kind of using it in different conversational pieces in different formats. But, like, especially with how Hugh Grant explains some of it, is done to perfection. Easily my favorite A24 film of the year. No question about it. But I love this movie. I think actually after we log off, I'm going to watch that again, or maybe watch a couple other ones.
Okay.
But I fucking love this movie. I don't know. I can't stress it enough, dude. I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Numero 3. Noah?
If.
Oh, yes.
Which I still have yet to see.
Ryan Reynolds is perfection. Steve Carell as the voice. Oh my God. Phenomenal. John Krasinski doesn't get a whole lot of screen time, but we find out why. He doesn't have a whole lot of screen time because at the very, very end, we find out things and yeah, phenomenal movie. It's heartbreaking. The twist, some people didn't see the twist coming in the theater.
I didn't.
I actually said to the girlfriend at the time, I'm like, I wonder if it's this. And she goes, I'm gonna be so mad at you if you get this right. And we get to the very end, I'm like, yep. But it works. I loved it. And you look back at it again and you automatically see it. But if phenomenal movie, that's number 3. What is yours, Michael?
The Substance.
Oh, not on my list.
Classic, in my opinion, classic film. Great performances by Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. Margaret Qualley smoking hot in this film as Sue. Just very, some scenes that are very grotesque, especially when we get introduced to Sue. And of course, that ending scene, which I won't give away. So, just overall, a very well shot film. Dennis Quaid is good in it. And, it just has, it has a feel like of an independent film, but it was released, wide, but still very good film. Very crazy film that when you watch it in the end, when the film is over, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" And that was how my reaction was after seeing it in the theater. Like the film, while I watched it in the theater, it didn't make me gag in some scenes.
I didn't gag either.
Although, although I felt like I wanted to gag because I was eating like in the theater while I was watching it. I was like, this is not a film that you should eat while watching.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
Yeah,
I could say the same with Terrifier 3, but I'm sick in the head, so.
Yeah.
But we're going to. Oh! Speaking of which, that's my number 3, is Terrifier 3.
Not surprised. Not surprised.
You guys, did you guys really think this was not going to be very high up on my list?
I knew it was either 2 or 3.
I thought it was going to be his number
See,
one.
look who's the genius here. Look who's the genius. I love the first 2 movies, and I think this is easily the best of the 3 by far. And Art the Clown has never been better. Gory ass kills. It's really funny, and I don't know what else to say. It's nasty AF, and Sienna as our final girl, my girl Lauren Lavera, still kicks ass. But Art the Clown, you sick fuck. Oh man.
I'm surprised you didn't get your Art the Clown glasses out for this.
I'm not going to, honestly. I've done that too many times already. But to be honest, I'm going to be honest about this one. I'm going to be honest about this though. It was worth it for me seeing it a second time in October. Back when it came out, I saw it on Halloween. And also, this is now going to become a new Christmas tradition for me. I'm going to be watching it every December now.
You should
Actually,
promote
fuck
that.
it. I'll watch it every October and December. There you go.
You should promote that guy's video that you told me to go watch, and he gagged.
Pug-a-Pillar. If you guys watch
Pug-a-Pillar,
Pug-a-Pillar on YouTube, a good Australian movie reactor, yeah, he pukes while watching Terrifier 3. Go watch that video. It's hilarious. Number 2, Noah.
Dune Part 2. One of the best films I've ever seen in theaters. The cinematography is phenomenal. The performances are great. Some of the best direction ever put on film. The action scenes are great. The visual effects, oh my god, are a spectacle. There's not one bad thing about this entire film to me. I think this should be a bigger contender for all the awards, but everyone's so gaga over a couple other films. And this film came out too late. If it would have been moved to November, it would be a bigger Oscar player instead of then.
I don't think I'd say too late. I think I'd say it came out too early.
Yeah. But it's too late for it to turn anything around. Really, it's not going to get any more now. I think the best shot is the director, the editing, the visual effects, and of course the cinematography Oscar. But the acting awards, the best picture is gone. It's number 2 on my list, and I love Dune Part 2. What is yours,
I gotta,
Michael?
still, I gotta still see it. I gotta still see Doom Part 2. My number 2, popular. You're gonna be popular. Wicked.
Hell yeah.
Wicked's my number 2. This film is a masterpiece. It is absolutely great. It's phenomenal. It is, just absolutely fantastic. Great performances from Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. They both have chemistry together. The songs are just great. Granted, I never seen the Broadway show, but after watching this film, but after watching this movie, I want to go check out the show on Broadway. And yes, it is long. It's almost 3 hours. It's a 2-hour, 40-minute film. But that runtime and the pacing of the film, it doesn't feel that long because you're so into it.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
It's got a great soundtrack, and it's definitely worth watching. This is going to be up for a lot of Oscars, and I really do hope it wins Best Picture for me.
I don't know if it has a shot, but it does. I mean, it has a shot, but I don't know if it will. But that's good. It's good. But yeah, Wicked's a good pick.
Yeah.
Number 2. Drumroll, please. The Wild Robot is now my number 2. I freaking adore this film, and honestly, if you want to see a grown man cry, yep. If you really want to see a grown man cry, I'm not kidding you. I saw this film in theaters the day it came out. I cried. I was actually crying. Like, usually, sometimes I'll get usually I would sometimes get teary eyed. I don't usually cry, but the Wild Robot made me bawl my eyes out. I know, call me a baby, but I'm serious. It made me cry. Like, I'm even getting choked up even thinking about it.
I want to see it now.
Noah probably knows what I'm talking about, but when it gets to that third act, oh man, dude!
Once you get to the flight, all I'm gonna say is the flight, and then past that, yeah, you're a mess. I think that should be your next watch, man. I think that should be your next watch.
I can't wait.
I'm doing a watch along for it on the 30th. So be my guest.
He'll probably cry on the watch along.
I better get my tissues ready.
It's not an easy watch. It is in my honorable mentions.
I really don't. I don't see this film leaving. This film is not going to leave my list. I adore this movie. I love it with all my heart. But yeah. Anyways, numero uno, number 1. Let's get this number 1 out of the way, and then we'll get to our last topic.
Yep. I'm gonna do a couple of my honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, let's actually do that. Let's go up to a max of 5.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hitman. Beetlejuice. Carry On. Heretic. Meet Me Next Christmas.
All right. I'll go next. Come on. Sorry about that. I have Civil War. I Saw the TV Glow. Alien Romulus. Speak No Evil. And Your Monster. Michael, do you have any honorable mentions?
I have 2.
Okay.
Monkey Man and The Beekeeper.
Let's go, dude. Beekeeper. Let's go. Beekeeper kicks ass.
My number 1 is Wicked. Phenomenal movie. I love the movie. It's probably the best film I've seen since Wonka last year. I absolutely love it. I am a musical guy. This movie, I built this damn train. I built this train in the group chat. Everyone went, a Wicked movie. I told everybody from there was no trailer, no poster, no nothing for it. Nothing. And I said, this is going to be up for a Best Picture. This will be up for awards, and it's going to make an ass ton of money.
And you were right.
People thought early on, everyone thought that I was going to be wrong. But
you might as well be a psychic for that, there, man.
Yep.
That was way before I joined the group chat.
Yeah,
that is true.
And even then, I was doing my show then. And yeah, but Wicked is my number one. Absolutely love Wicked. I think I think it's number 3 to win the Best Picture. But yeah, that's number 1 is Wicked.
All right.
Number 1, bye, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, man.
Awesome film. Loved it. It was going to be a tie for me at number 1. Deadpool and Wolverine and Wicked. And I chose Deadpool and Wolverine as my number 1. Just absolutely hilarious film. Ryan Reynolds is just great as Deadpool. Hugh Jackman, great as Logan Wolverine. Just overall, very fun film with a lot of memorable moments.
All right, great pick, man. That unfortunately did not crack the list for me, but if I could do more honorable mentions, it would be on the list. But as far as like my top 20 list will go, once this year's all said and done, it will be on the list. Anyways, number 1. Oh boy, you guys are probably going to be shocked by my new number 1. Drum roll, please. Anora. Anora is my new number 1. Before I started this stream, I finished watching it. I fucking loved it so much.
I watched it
film that Sean Baker has made.
Yep.
I love this film. It is so beautifully shot. I mean, the feel of Vegas and whenever they go to New York is awesome. It's very funny. I mean, sure, the first 40 minutes of the film is basically them just doing drugs and having sex, but it feels earned for the movie. It feels earned when you really think about it. It actually does feel earned. But once it gets to like the real plot of the film with having to get their marriage like annulled, that's when this film really starts to kick in and really gets better as it progresses. Like it gets even better. It actually makes you even like the first 40 minutes even more because of how much better the film gets. And
they filmed it in Brighton Beach in Brooklyn, which I've been to that neighborhood a few times.
There you go. And I think Mikey Madison is going to be the front runner to win Best Actress. In all honesty, I think she is the front runner. I know The Brutalist is winning all the awards right now, but I think this one is going to be my Best Picture front runner. For sure. No question about it. Like, honestly, after I finished this film, I was like, I thought The Wild Robot was my definitive number 1. This takes the cake. This is my definitive number 1. Like, I wish I got to see this in theaters. I regret not seeing it in theaters. I'll just say, like I said, like because there's a lot of sex in the first 40 minutes, lots of titties. I will say that. Lots of titties. Well, to be fair, our main character is a sex worker, so.
Well, guys, I hate to go, but my computer is dying.
Can't even charge it?
Yep. I gotta get off here, guys.
Thank you so much for coming, Noah.
Thanks so much for coming.
And thanks, guys. Peace.
You're welcome. Peace. Fun. Yeah, thank you for Noah for coming on, the guy who inspired us to do this show.
And we finally had our first guest. It was late, but we had it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, my number one is Honora. I loved it so much. Give Mikey Madison the Oscar. Perfection. I think this is the masterpiece of 2024. Not just the masterpiece, the magnum opus. I can't see anything getting better than Honora. Can you tell I want to watch it again now, Michael?
Yes.
I really do. But that's another one.
I kind of do want to see it because I seen the trailer to it a couple of times when I went to the theater.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you this. Again, just remember that the first 40 minutes involves a lot of sex stuff. But once the real plot kicks in, it will get better. Man, dude, I'm gushing about this movie too much. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the final topic of the night, which is the recent physical media pickups.
Like I gotta mention, you with Honora is like you gushing over the film is how I was gushing over Wicked.
I honestly would rather. I think honestly, Honora honestly flows by a little bit faster than Wicked does. So, I mean, it's obviously shorter.
Yeah.
But I can honestly, I think Honora flows by faster than Wicked. So, but again, that's just my opinion. So, anyways, let's go into the recent physical media pickups. So, Michael, anything you got to show off?
Yes, I got one Blu-ray. It's the only one that I got so far, and Luke's gonna be surprised because guess what I got?
Oh boy,
Idle Hands.
Let's go, Idle Hands.
Yeah, very fun,
freaking Idle
underrated
Hands.
Film. There you go. Very fun, underrated film.
Very gory too.
Very gory too. Yeah, we gotta do a future watch along on that.
We'll do that next year. I have that. I'm planning on that one.
Nice.
So that's it.
That's it.
All right.
I got a few more. I got a few more that I ordered that's coming in. Maybe I'll do on a hangout, or maybe I'll wait until January, until our next show, which is in January.
Maybe on a hangout, but I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. Because I mean, not sure if we'll do one tomorrow because I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'll figure something out. And then on Thursday, I might be going to go see Sonic, and then Friday, I might be going to go see Mufasa. So,
nice.
And then Saturday, that's when we're doing the holdovers. So, anyways, so I'll show. I got 5 right here. Got The Straight Story, which is from David Lynch. This is a imprint release, but it is region free.
Now is that I heard that that Disney released that.
Yeah, they did, but you can't get this movie on Blu-ray in the U.S., so you can only get it as a foreign release. But I did check it, and it is region free. So
I have some imprint releases as well.
Yours are region free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I checked it on this one. It is region free. And Mike's second Secret Santa gift came earlier today, which is the American Pie 4-film collection. He sent this to me. So
those films I have not seen.
The first two are the best for sure. So yeah, Mike, if you're watching, thank you.
That was nice of Mike.
Yeah. Well, he bought that for me the same time he bought me Nosferatu the Vampire, but this one didn't come until later. So
I gotta say, Mike, if you're watching, remember Luke? I told you that I guess the Porch Pirates came and stole the package that Mike gave me.
Yeah.
Turns out that they delivered it, and now I got 2 copies of AI and The Thing.
You want to spare me the extra copy of AI?
Yeah.
I can take it. I don't own it.
Yeah.
And then I got Journey to the Center of the Earth with this awesome lenticular.
I remember that being a fun film, very underrated.
Sequel's not as good because I mean I like The Rock, but Brendan Fraser made this one more fun, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in a while though. I gotta get.
Yeah,
I gotta get.
when I saw that this was when I saw that there was a copy with a lenticular slip, I was like, I have to buy this.
Yeah, the DVD had a lenticular slip as well.
Did not know that because when I had the DVD, it didn't have a lenticular slipcover. So,
yeah.
Well, I didn't come with the slipcover in general, but. And here we got the big ones here on 4Ks. We have the original classic, The Lion King, on 4K, and look at this.
Factory seal.
Yep. And because of my stupidity, yeah, I upgraded the remake.
It is. You know, it's worth.
Look, it's okay, but it's nowhere near as good as it should have been.
Of course. And it looked good in the theater when I saw it.
It's not. It doesn't hold up at home.
But like, it's you know, a shot for shot.
I think honestly, like I said, it's okay, but it feels kind of lifeless when you watch it at home. And the movie itself is emotionless.
Look who's in the chat, Michael Entity. What's up, Michael?
Michael Entity, my man. How's it going? I'm doing
good, man.
Doing great. I'll text you here in a few. I'll text you here in a few minutes after we wrap up. But obviously this is the superior movie right here. This is the original Lion King
classic.
I'm very happy I got this on 4K. And again, it's factory sealed. But I mainly got this one on 4K because it was actually really cheap.
And then when Mufasa comes out, and if you enjoy that, you could get that into your collection along with it.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna get it in my collection regardless because I'm a completionist. So, as to be expected, I'm probably gonna own it. So,
I still had to get the Lion King, you know, both the classic and the 2019 film in my collection.
But I also really do like how glossy the slipcover is, though. For this one, but the original's better, no question. But that'll about do it, guys. Thank you so much for coming in, and thank you to Noah for stopping by. For the next 2 weeks, we are taking a break because of obvious reasons. We have Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve coming up, so we're going to be taking a break.
But Luke will be doing a New Year's Eve stream.
If I actually still keep the plan of like abroad.
Yeah. So if he keeps the plan abroad, if he does a New Year's Eve stream that Tuesday, it'll replace episode 3 of our show.
I think we're not going to do another episode until next year.
Yeah.
So.
Dark Room Reviews. What's up, man?
What's up, Joel? Caught in right at the end of the stream. But thank you everybody so much for watching here. Once again, thank you to Noah for coming, and we will see you guys next year for the new episode of the Movie Fanatics with Luke and Michael. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.